All right, it's time for another Tanks Battle Report. And if this looks familiar, it's because it is. This is the exact same setup I had for the last battle report for tanks. And what I want to do is I want to play the same game with the same setup. And I want to see if my idea about the tactics I want to use for Soviets is correct, which is at the beginning of the game, they're just going to move 2 every time and not worry about cover or anything like that. They're just going to rush to get in the Americans' face and start where they could get all their guns onto a tank. So instead of kind of creeping along like I was doing, they're just going to rush forward. So that's the game plan. We're going to see how it goes. So all these tanks are just going to move 2 forward. Oops, actually I'm going to start hitting them off this way. So they're not worried about the cover. They're just going, hey, we're going this direction. So I'll just put these back here. They all moved 2. So 2, 2, 2. So now the Americans have to think about what they're doing. This Persian can get a shot on that one, so I think he's going to move up 1 to where he can get a shot at that one. Yep, and the other tanks can't see him. So we'll just put a 1 there. The Sherman's going to move up. He cannot make it to the woods. Pershing, 1. He can make it to the woods, but if he does, oh, only 1's going to be able to shoot at him. So he's going to go there. Put a 2. So again, the Soviets' guns have been limited to who they can shoot at, which is what the Americans wanted. So we'll take our Americans shoot first. So this one's going to shoot, that Persian is going to shoot at the Su-100. So it gets 5 dice. And it, wow, 6, 6, 5, 6. Okay, it gets 2 dice. Armor, 2 for moving. The Pershing move 1's not going to add 1, but it is concealed. And it made 4. Wow, they both rolled really good. All right, this Pershing into the IS-2. It gets 5 dice. And it, wow, America is just hot. Okay, 2 for armor, 2 for moving. The Pershing did move 2, so it's going to get 1. It is a concealed shot, 6 dice. And it made 3 of them. It's going to cancel the crit, that, and that'll get canceled. So 1 hit went through on to the IS-2. First blood is drawn by the Americans. Now the Soviets get to shoot. Going down initiative order, this one's going to shoot before that one. This one's going to shoot at the Pershing. It gets 6 dice. It really wants 7. It's only going to get 6. So it's going to shoot at that Pershing. And, oh, 4 hits. These dice are hot today. Okay, Pershing has 2. It moved 2. Soviet moved 2. It's got concealment, but the most defense dice you can get is 6, so that goes away. And the Pershing rolled 3. Wow. Do we throw 1 hit on there, just take 1 hit point, or do we take a chance with the crit deck? Let's take a chance with the crit deck. So it's going to get 1 crit, does 0 damage, but this tank has 0 initiative. So that is the one with the bull. So if it doesn't get rid of that, it's initiative 0, which means it has to move first, which makes the Soviets happy. This one can shoot at that Pershing, so it's 6 dice again. And 3 hits. Pershing gets 2. It moved 1. Soviet tank moved 2. It is concealed. And yeah, it made 3 saves. All right, so that is turn 1. Drew a little blood here. We're going to see if this gets rid of. It is gone, so it is back to its normal initiative. So nothing happened with that hit. That's the problem with the crits, is sometimes nothing happens. So do you take the crit, or you take the, do Do you take a chance on a crit, which there's some 2 and 3 damage in here, and some other things, or do you just take the auto damage? All right, so let's remove the movement tokens. And we're going to head to round 2. Can the Soviets make it harder for America? So the Soviets are trying to make it harder. Can they get to where more than one tank can get a shot? So 1, 2, 1, 2. They're all just going to cruise up here. 1, 2. There we go. So 2 on all these markers. This Pershing can get hit by that one, so I think he's going to move a little bit more there so they can shoot at each other. This Pershing, ooh, okay, he's going to move up. And by moving up here, I think, nope, he's going to have to move again. So he's going to go here. That means this one can't shoot through this, so only one of those is going to get a shot. The Sherman here is going to move up 2. So 2, and this one moved 1. So again, because of their low initiative, they're making it where only one tank's going to get a shot on them. But I think they're starting to get this one surrounded a little bit, make it more difficult for it. So let's just go this Pershing into that again with 5 dice. Last time it hit pretty good, but it was a good defense roll. And 1 hit, not so good this time. 2, it moved. The Pershing moved 1, doesn't add any. It is concealed. And yes, it made its defense. All right, the other Pershing into the IS-2. 5 dice. And it got 3 hits. That was a 6. Actually, I rolled it. Okay, it 2, it moved. The Pershing moved 2, so it's going to add 1. Pershing's not quite at the edge, so it's going to be concealed. Oh, it's concealed anyway. And it bounced. The Sherman. I'm always afraid as the Soviets now when a Sherman shoots, because it seems like it hits a lot. 3 hits. Wow. Okay, so 2, moved. The Sherman moved 2, so it's going to add 1, concealed. And it made it. So all the American shots bounced. Now it's Soviets' turn. This one can shoot at nothing. It can't shoot through its buddy here. So this one's going to shoot its 6 dice at that Pershing. And it's going to hit twice. So the Pershing has 2. It moved 1. Soviet tank moved 2. It is concealed. And it bounced. This one is going to shoot at that Pershing. 6 dice. 3, 4. Wow. 5 hits. Pershing gets 2. It moved 2. The Soviets moved 2. It is concealed. That's more than 6 dice. Take that away. And 3. It says I will take a crit away. That's going to go away. And that's so 2 hits went onto the bull. So it's got 2 damage. So what happened is this one has 1 damage on it, so it has 7 hit points left. And this one's been damaged, and it's got 5 hit points left. So it's taken 1, this one's taken 2. So that is it for this turn. I'm going to turn that to 3. Take those off. That Pershing in the corner behind the building here, I think it's going to be a little bit harder for it to hide. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pershing, oh boy. 1. I don't think it can make it through there. So it doesn't want all these guns shooting at it, so it's going to move 1, 2. So we'll put a 2 on that. Oh, I need to put 2 on all these. So the Soviets have started flushing the Americans out. This one's actually going to have to move to be able to shoot that. I think it'll move down to here to get a good shot at it. Let's see. No, it can't. Move it back. That Pershing is just blocking its shot. So I think the Sherman's going to move back. This one will move to here. Actually, it's going to go to the edge of the woods there to get rid of that concealment, but it gets concealed. There we go. Now I can see. One there. One on that Sherman here. So move these to the middle. All right. That Pershing's got a point blank shot on the IS-2 with 5 dice. Hit twice. Okay, it got 2 armor. It moved 2. The Pershing moved 2, so it's going to get 1. However, it is side and it's within an arrow, so it only gets 3 defense dice and bounced. Good rolling. Okay, this Pershing. Nothing. The Sherman. I'm not sure if the Sherman can get a shot. I will look really quickly. No. So the Pershing is blocking the Sherman shot. So the only one that can shoot is this one. And he's going to shoot into the Pershing with his 6 dice. And he's going to hit, wow, 5 times. So the Pershing gets 2. It moved 2. The Soviets moved 2. But it's a side shot with an arrow. So close shot. So let's see. Pershing's going to nullify 2. It's going to take 3 hits. And that is the fist one. So that is a different one. This is the one that took the damage before. So looking at the end of this round, this one has taken 1 damage, so it still has 7 hit points. This one has taken 2, so it has 5. This one has taken 3, so it has 4 hit points left. All right, time for round 4. So I think they're going to move back 1 arrow. Take these off. Forgot to take movement arrows off there. This one's going to move twice down to here. And no, he's going to move shorter than that because he wants to be close to that one. So this one goes there. You can't be within 6 of that one. So that's the way it's going to be. All right. So 2, 1, 2. Now they're in a little bit of trouble because all of them can see. And he cannot get out of the way of those by moving 2. So I think he's just going to move 2 to get some concealment. So right now, this has worked for the Soviets getting up here quickly. They've taken 1 damage on their tank. And now they kind of flushed the Americans this way. He's going to move back. No, he's going to move. I'm going to move him back here. He's going to move sideways along here. The Sherman will move 1 up. All right. So they all moved 1. All right. they are all, I think, going to shoot at this one here. So start with the Sherman. 4 dice. 2 hits. So that is the IS-2 starts with 2. It moved only 1. Sherman moved 1, so it doesn't add 1, but it is concealed. And made it save. Wow, 4, 6, 6, 6. All right. This Pershing is going to shoot the same one. 5 dice. Hit twice. He got 2, 1, nothing for that one, but it is concealed. The Sherman or the Pershing couldn't quite get to the edge. And 2 successes. The final Pershing. This one into that. Hit twice. So the Americans aren't doing too good on their shooting. 2, 1. Oh, it did move 2, so it adds plus concealed. And yes, it made it. All right, the Soviets. We have to start with this one. They're going to want to go after the one that's really injured, which is this one. So they're all going to go after this one. So 5 dice into that Pershing. And got 2 hits. Pershing gets 2. It moved 2. That tank moved 2. It is concealed, but the most dice you can get is 6 on defense. And made it. This one's going to shoot, but it gets 7 dice. Into that same Pershing. And wow, just 2 hits. Just not doing too good on the 2 hit rolls for either side, it seems. Barely. All right, and the final one is going to get 7 shots. So this one is going to shoot into that. And 3 hits. So we know it's 6 defense dice. And saved 1. Do we just take off a hit or do we take the crit off? How many hit points does this thing have left? It has 4. I think we'll let a crit go through. So it's going to take 1 damage from that die. Then it's going to take a crit, which is 0 damage, and this tank has -2. It's a damage optics again. Gosh, that keeps coming up. So this one's, if it doesn't repair, it's going to have 2 less attack dice. All right, we were ready for turn 5. They're slowly pecking the damage at each other. Oh, see if I get rid of this. Yes. So actually that shot did nothing. That's one of those things I'm kind of like, I wish the crit cards had to last a turn. Instead of like at the end there. If you got that turn, you have to at least go 1 turn with that damage. Or that effect. I wish they would put that in the rules. Because it makes crits kind of like, I don't know if I really want it. Alright, let me pull the movement tokens off. So Soviets now are going to be pushing 2 forward. Because the Americans, even if they move twice, can't really get behind them. So I mark them all with 2s. They don't want all these tanks shooting at them. So I think they're going to move up. This one's going to move to there. Maybe they get a little bit of concealment. So it's going to go 1. So only they can shoot each other. This here, maybe this one will go twice. 1, 2. So it'll be able to shoot at that tank. This Persian, I think, is just going to try. It can't get out of here. It's going to have to try to limit what's coming at. Well, these 2 are going to be shooting anyway over here, so maybe he can limit what can shoot at him. So I think he's going to go right there. So that means only that one's going to be able to shoot him. So he did 2 movement. All right. Put that there. Back to the trees. Move that kind of out of the way there. All right. America. This Persian can only see that one, so they can only see each other. So the Persian gets 5. Hit 3 times. It's got 2. It moved 2. The Persian moved 2, so it's going to give 1. I didn't see if it was concealed. It is. It's a concealed shot. And yes, it made it save. Okay. This Pershing into the IS-2 with 5 dice. Hit, wow, 4 times. It's got 2. It moved 2. Pershing only moved 1. It's not a concealed shot. So that's it. Made 3. So it's going to take that. American goes, oh, you know what? We're going to take the crit because we get to draw 2 cards and choose which one. So we can do a lucky hit that does 2 damage, or this tank has -1 initiative, -1 die on attack. I think it's just going to go straight to 2 damage. So 2 damage on that one. So this one has taken 3 damage of its 8. So it has 5 left. The Sherman's going to shoot with its 4 dice and hit twice. It's pretty consistent. 2. It moved 2. It did move 1, and it's not concealed. 1 sec. Gosh, the Sherman got another shot, another point through. I don't know how, but it keeps doing it. All right. Well, this one can't shoot any. Well, wait. You know what? I think he can see that Sherman now that I'm looking. So I'm going to look. Yep, he can see the Sherman, but he can't see the Pershing. So he has to shoot first. He's going to shoot at that Sherman there with 5 dice and hit once. So the Sherman gets that. It moved twice. That one moved once. It is a concealed shot and made a save. So that makes this one go, you know what? I think I want to shoot at the Sherman. Of course, this one is injured. Oh, this is a tough decision. Do you just go to get the X? You know what? Let's just go. Let's use the Russian rule. Since he shot at that one, he's going to follow suit. So 7 dice at the Sherman. And that's 4 hits. So the Sherman gets 1. It moved 2. Soviets moved 2. It is a concealed shot. And the Sherman made 2 successes. They're going to get rid of the crit. And 1. So 2 damage went through on the Sherman. All right, that one's going to shoot at that Pershing there with 6 shots. And hit 3 times. So 2, it moved 2, that moved 2. It will be a concealed shot. We're over our limit, so back to 6 dice. And yeah, made it save. So that round is done. We're ready to go to 6. Remove that. So the Soviets are pushing on and putting the pressure on the Americans. Even if the Americans move twice, I think these guys are just going to move 1 forward. These might move 2. It's going to go up here where I can get. There we go. Yep. 1, 2. So this one only moved 1 because it was close enough that they possibly could get behind it with 2 arrows. This one moved 2. This one moved 2. This one can see everybody. This one can see this side, and that one can see that side. So I think what the Sherman Pershing's going to do here is it's going to back up. Oh, I can still see it there. I think it's going to have to move twice. to get out of the shot of that one. That means only this one can shoot it. They really want to get hiding 2 behind here, but I don't think they can. So I think they're going to move into the woods. Oh, if they move into the woods, that one can shoot at them. So I think they're just going to back up a little bit. I think this one's going to go up here. So they're going to move 1 and 1. This one move 2. So there we go. America's shooting. Sherman, it's going to shoot right into that one. Tried to peck at it again and hit nothing. So that Pershing is going to shoot at it and hit 3 times. And I'm going to see, it is not a concealed shot. So 2 armor, it moved 1. The Pershing moved 1, doesn't add any, it's not concealed. Made 1 save. The Pershing wants to crit. So that takes 1 more damage. So that is 2306. So that is a 2. So it's taken 5. So I can replace these with a 5. It has 3 hit points left. But the Pershings, when they do a critical hit, draw 2 cards and choose 1. That's pretty good at a little ability, especially if you have a lot of dice. Ugh, can't shuffle. There we go. All right, so we're going to see what we got here. We got 2 damage straight out, or damaged equipment. Target player discards 1 upgrade card. Well, that has no upgrade, so we're going to do 2 damage to that tank. So this one now has 7 damage. It has 1 hit point left. This Pershing can only see that, so it's going to take its 5 dice to shoot. And 4 hits. Wow, America is rolling really good. So it's got 2. Pershing moved, it moved 2. Pershing moved 2, it's going to add 1, and it is a concealed shot. 3, so we're going to nullify that. So 1 goes through. That one doesn't do anything except for just do straight damage. So that is to the IS-85, has taken 1 damage. Now it's the Soviets' turn to shoot back. The only one that's not going to get to shoot is this one. So this one is thinking, let's try to take out the Pershing here, because he can see it also. So he's going to shoot at the Pershing with 5 dice. And 3 hits. Okay, the Pershing gets 2. It moved 1. The Soviet moved 2, and it is concealed. And made 3. So that leaves this one to shoot with 6 dice. 7 dice. Because of the bonus. Oh, wait. Okay, it is. I just realized, was it within an arrow? So it was. And, geez, 2 hits. This is horrible rolling. 2. It moved 1. That one moved 1. It's not concealed, though. Oh, if it could have got more hits on it. Yeah, it's going to bounce. Oh, that was the chance, I think, for the Soviets right there. Wow. Okay, to kind of recap. This one has 1 damage on it, so it has 7 hit points. This has 1 hit point left. This one has 5 hit points. This one has 3. And this one has 4. So all the American tanks are damaged. These 2 are damaged. This one's really damaged. This one's just slightly damaged. So we're going to take this, go to turn 7. Put the pressure on the Americans. So move 1. I think it's going to go right. Yep, just right there. 1, 2. I think they all moved 2. So put 2s. Can't remember if that one moved 1 or 2. I think that. Oh, it was at the edge, so it moved 1. The others moved 2. They can see all of these, so the Americans really, now they're, this pushing forward too has really helped them. It's just if they get too close, they can swing around, and then like this one can't shoot. I think they're going to move up here. There. There, so they all pretty much moved too. So the Soviets are kind of forcing the Americans in a way to give them bonus defense dice. All right, America to get shoots. Sherman, it's got a clear shot. It is almost on the side of this one, almost. So 4 dice. Actually, it can shoot any one of them, but it's going to go after the one that's really injured. The 2306, which is this one. See if it can take it out. The poor little Sherman, will it be able to take it out with 3 hits? Possibly. It's got 2. It moved 2. The Sherman moved 2, so it adds 1. It is concealed. 6 dice. And wow! The Sherman goes, we'll just do that. So you take 2 damage. That's going to take that tank out. The Sherman did it. All right, the Pershings then. They are going to work on this injured tank. So 5 dice. I can't believe it. The Sherman's taking stuff out again. 2 hits. And so 2, I think it's still 5. No. 6 dice. Here we go. And oops, I made a mistake. I was looking at the wrong tank. It only moved 1. So again, it starts with 2. It moved 1. That moved 2, which gives 1. And that I shouldn't have rolled that die. So re-roll. And it made it. This Pershing is going to shoot the same one, which means it's going to be that. So 5 dice. 4. Wow, Americans are hitting awesome. And wow. It's going to take that away. So 2 hits on it. That is on 60. So that one's taken 3 of its 8 hit points. I keep forgetting to shuffle this. So this is a Pershing, so it's going to draw 2 of these and choose 1. Okay, the choice is 3 damage and discard ammo upgrade cards, which it doesn't have, or 2 damage. I think it's going to do the 3 damage. That put it at 6, so it has 2 hit points left. Wow, what a game changer. I think if I could have rolled better defense, that the Soviets would be doing better, but you know, that's the way the game goes. But I think that they're pushing like they are is what they need to do. All right. This one's going to shoot. It's going to try to hit. Which one's the most damaged? This one. Can they all shoot at that one? Yes. So, this is the most damaged one. That's who he's going to shoot at. Then he is destroyed. Oh, no. This one's destroyed. So, 5 dice. 1, 2 hits. They can't quite hit like America does. 2. It moved 2. That one moved 1. It is a concealed shot, though. And bounced. But that opens up where these others get 7 dice. But the way I've been rolling, it hasn't made a difference. Okay, this one into that Pershing. Oh, 4 though. Okay, Pershing gets 2. 2 for that one moving. It is not a concealed shot. 2 for the Soviets moving though. So it doesn't make a difference. Still 6 dice. And wow! Made the save. So the final one's going to get, this one's going to get a shot into it. 2, 4, 6, 7. And Oh, wow. 5 hits. I remember now it's going to get, yeah, it's going to get 6 dice. 2, 2, 2, concealed, yeah. And it rolled, oh, 1. It's going to take out a critical. All right, so 3 damage right off the bat. That takes the tank out. So it's not going to matter what I draw here, but let's see what would happen with the 2 crits. 2 damage and 0 damage, and this tank cannot move or shoot, but it is dead. So we got a Pershing that's dead, and the IS-2 is dead. So I need to mark those. So this Pershing was taken out, and this IS-2 was taken out. And I'm remembering to shuffle these this time, and then we're going to go turn 8. And then I'll recap the damage here. Let me get rid of the this stuff out of the way so I don't get confused to what's what. This guy needs taken out. That needs removed. And that needs removed. So 2306 is gone. So I'm going to remove its card so I don't look at it. All right, as far as damage goes, you know, I did it wrong. No, it's gone. So this one has 1 hit point. Wow, Soviets are hurting. This one has 1 hit point left. This one's uninjured. The Sherman has 4 hit points left, and this one has 5. All right, now, what are the Soviets going to do? They need to keep pushing. 1, 2, I think just 1 here. 1, this will move 2. Okay, that's what he wants to do. 1, 2, behind the hole. This one can't shoot at it, but this poor Sherman, I think this poor Sherman's just going to go hide. 1. So, low initiative again has played a part in hurting the Soviets. So this one can't shoot at that one. This one can't shoot at it. So it's a free shot for the Americans. 5 shots on that tank. 1 hit. Wow. Okay. It gets 2. It moved 2. The Pershing moved 2, so it's 1 concealed side shot within 1 arrow. And made the save. All right, so that is that turn. That was quick. 9. I think the Soviets need to do some backing up. I think it's going to go there. This one. Okay, so this one moved 2. This one moved 1. Okay. It can get to where that one can't shoot at it, but the other one will be able to. So this one moved 2. Sherman. Gonna go here. And it's gonna get a rear shot there. All right. All right, let's see how the Sherman does. It's been doing pretty good. So it's got a shot to that. To the IS-85, which has, oh, it has 2 hit points. It has 2 hit points left. Wow, 3 hits. Okay, it gets 2. It moved 1. Doesn't get any from the Sherman, but it is concealed. And it bounced. This time the Sherman shot did not go through. The Pershing, it has choice. It's going after the one with only 1 hit point left, which is this one. So it's going to get 5 shots and hit twice. So it gets 2 normally, 1. The Pershing moved twice, so it's going to add 1. It is a concealed shot, but it is side armor, and it is within 1 arrow, so it's down to 3 dice. And it is going to be blown up. It took 2 damage, or 3. Yeah, 2. So yeah, that's going to be it of that one. But they get to shoot back, and they're going to shoot at that Pershing. So he's going to get 5 dice at that Pershing. So this one's going to shoot at the Pershing. And hit 4 times. Pershing gets 2. It moved 2. That one moved 1. It is a concealed shot, but is within an arrow. And it made 3. So, how many damage? Yeah, I think it's just crit's gonna go through. So the crit is 1 damage. It's on fire. So if it doesn't make a repair roll, it's going to take another damage, and it keeps happening. So it's taken 3 total damage, so it has 4 left on it. But that means this one can shoot at it, because the Pershing couldn't quite make it behind it. So it's going to get 7 dice. 2 hits. Wow. Just can't hit. 2, 2, 2. We don't add any more dice for concealment. But we do. Oh, yeah, we do. Hold on. We will, because we remove 1 for it being near, so it's still 6 dice instead of 5. And bounced. So this tank is now gone. Take these off. We are going to turn 10. Well, this game's going quicker than the other one. The other one went with 17 turns. All right. I need to take off the tank that's gone, so I don't get confused. These are 3, 3, 2. Oh, but it is uninjured with 6 hit points. So it needs to get 1, 2, 1. This is where it's going to have a problem now. And the Sherman's going to go 2. So everybody's moved 2. So I'll just put a 2 out here. Everybody moved 2. It's not going to get a shot off, and the Pershing's going to get a shot on it. And I think the Sherman's going to get a shot. We'll let the Sherman go first. Hit twice. That was a 6, I believe. I'll re-roll it. 1 to 2. 1 to 3 was regular. 4 to 6. Okay, it was a regular. I'll just say it was regular. Then I moved it and didn't catch it, and I thought it was a 6, but I may have been wrong. 2 for moving. The Sherman moved 2, but it gets 1. It is a concealed shot. And bounced. Wouldn't have mattered whether that was a 6 or not. All right, the Pershing, 5 shots. Oh, wow. All right, 2 for it moving, 1 for the Pershing moving, but it's a close and it's on the side. Got rid of 2, so it takes 2 more damage. It's his first damage. All right, it's going to shoot back at nothing. Can't shoot. That assault gun is hurting it now. No, you know what? Why would it move? It's behind the thing here. Oh, the Soviets, this is the initiative thing. I was thinking that he can get a shot on the Sherman, but Sherman did a smart thing, booked around the building. This one didn't move. This one moved twice. I think that assault gun rule is going to be the doom for the Soviets in this one. Well, it didn't move, so it's going to re-roll if it does bad. 2 6s, I think it's going to re-roll. And there we go, a little bit better. 2 6s and a 5. So it gets 2, 2 for moving, nothing for the Pershing moving. It's a side shot. All went through. 2 crits, because the first one is going to do 2 damage to it. I think this is it. And it's going to take 1 normal. So if it takes 1 more damage, it's over. And 1 damage. So that tank is gone. It can't shoot at anybody. I do think that the assault gun, if I didn't have an assault gun, that's one thing to think about. But I do think that just rushing up there might be the way to do it. This is just one game. I mean, the dice rolled the way they were. I'd have to play a couple more times. But looking at this, I'm thinking I want to try again. Just rush up there and try to corner a tank or something, or have them, I don't know, instead of that slow moving. Because whether I'm concealed or not, I gain the same defense if I move twice. So if I move twice and concealed, that's even more. But I think just rushing the opponent and trying to flush them is going to be the way for the Soviets. That assault gun is... I'm also thinking that if you have somebody that has an assault gun, leave it for last. Target their tanks with turrets and leave the assault gun for last, because then you can start doing what I was doing there with the Americans. So that was this battle. You might try it and see what you think, if it's going to work or not, having the Soviets just rush forward. And put in the comments what you think. So if you like this video or any others I've done, go ahead and subscribe and share with other people. And as always, have a good game.